Warning. The following video contains spoilers for the inner workings and behind-the-scenes processes of the Project 863 series. If you do not wish to be spoiled on future or past videos, nor have the spell of the series broken, you have been warned. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Behind 863. I'm trying to find new creative ways to start all these videos. Today, I went through a viewer request on one of our last YouTube videos where they asked, how did Mike make the soundtrack and all of the cues and stuff for Project 863? You guys love the music of Project 863. It's a lot of your guys' favorite parts of Project 863. You say the same thing about Behind 863, so maybe we can ask him to show us that as well. That's what we're gonna do today. Mike's got all this stuff backed up. He's gonna show off a lot of those songs that you guys tend to be really loving, but also the cues and how he comes with the emotions behind him and where he gets his ideas and even some of the technical side for you music fiends out there. So I figured this would be a fun video, and I'm honestly taking all of your guys' suggestions, and that's what I'm filming because you guys know best. So if there's anything you specifically want to see, let us know. Let us know in the comments down below from season 0, season 1, whether it's a specific event, whether it's a specific video you want us to walk through with you and explain what happened in all those moments. We're doing one with Sam today about when we first met the stalker. Whether it is, I'm trying to think of what else, the police case that was hidden under the stairs. Woods is gonna be doing that next week, so you'll probably see that coming up soon as well. Please submit things down below. Let's go just talk with Mike, and let's get some sick music in our ears. Mikey!
What's up?
What's up, Mike? What's up, my boy?
Hey!
What's up, G?
What's up, man?
Dude, let me get a chair really quick. Sorry, I keep making this mistake, even last time I was in here. There we go. And in case you guys are curious, Mike did record this entire soundtrack on that giant 8-foot guitar.
You're so funny, Tan Man.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
I knew you were coming, so I started.
You got everything ready?
Getting everything together.
Let's talk a little bit, Mike. Let me interview you for a second.
All right.
You are the man, the myth, the legend behind all of Project 863's music.
Yeah.
We're not going out purchasing random songs, anything.
No, I think every once in a while they'll use something from a library.
Like Epidemic Sound or something?
Yeah, if it's something that wasn't part of the style sheet that I've been writing music with. I think in season 2, I just noticed in the hospital episode, there's this guitar music playing, and I'm like, that's not me.
What I want to talk about today is a few different things. I want to talk about some of the most popular songs we have, on Spotify. That's a great example, because if it has a lot of listens, that means the audience really likes it, which means we can break it down.
Yeah, you guys keep going back to it.
And then I want to talk about the musical cues. I think that's something I'm really excited about personally. In case anyone's curious, what the musical cues are is, for instance, themes. So when the stalker comes on screen, that song that plays, right? They do it a lot in all forms of visual media. They have musical cues. If you watch Lord of the Rings, the second you see Gandalf come down the hill, you have the Gandalf theme, but you have it more grand, more big, because it's a huge moment. Mike does the same thing with Project 863. So he has a lot of different cues, a lot of different themes, a lot of different stuff like that, and I like to see how you make it, my guy.
Yeah, you got it.
So let's look at all of that. I'm very, very excited. This is honestly the last video we did with Mike, if you guys haven't seen. It's going to be in the description down below. You'll also see it as an end card at the end of the video. That is one of my favorite videos I've filmed in a long time. I genuinely love learning about this because I don't know a whole lot about it, but seeing Mike, who's the expert in this, really break it down is just so awesome. Same thing with the video we did with Matt, where he's breaking down the visual effects with depth. Thought it was super fascinating.
What I wanted to show you first.
Okay.
So this is the main themes session, but I was watching Hans Zimmer's masterclass 4 or 5 years ago. And one of the things that he likes to do, and I wanted to give it a try in this, because I've scored films before, but I always just kind of see the scene, score it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He created something called a sketchbook for Sherlock Holmes, and apparently this is how he works. So he just starts thinking about the script and goes, I wonder what I could write. And then he just makes 20 minutes of music. And then he starts going, oh, I really like that. And then they'll expand that part into a bigger piece. I basically did that with Project 863. So
these are different
you see how
sketches.
there's chunks? There's this chunk, there's this chunk, there's this chunk, there's this little thing here. There's that, and then all of that. Chances are, we'll go through it because I actually don't know what's here. Chances are we'll play it and be like, oh, that's this theme.
Yeah.
Oh, that was this theme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Let's go through it.
Oh, right off the bat. This is the Something's Not Right Here. I forgot which one it is. I should open up Spotify next to it.
So we can bounce it?
Yeah, so we can see which one it is. So yeah, that started out right here. It's the first thing I wrote. Okay, so that the Shroud of Secrecy, I'm pretty sure. There it is.
Do you remember when this was used in the
It got used later in the show. It was after we've already found the room under the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's after, I'm pretty sure, like, they just found the files.
Okay.
And they're, like, going through and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Hence the Shroud of Secrecy, because, like, secrets are starting to be
Revealed, unveiled.
But it was the first thing I wrote. It's literally the first cue in the first session in the first... Yeah. But it didn't get used till later.
Nice. The first thing he used got used later. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the main theme.
Of course.
Yep, you guys have heard this before.
So, just so you guys know, the reason why, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but if you look up the credits for the main theme, and you go to show credits, it shows... What the heck? I put Matt's name, I swear.
I put Matt's name, I swear.
Put Matt's name.
Exposed?
It's registered to have Matt's name on it. Anyways, Matt actually wrote this little theme, boom, boom.
Didn't he used to have it, that?
I guess he was like noodling on the piano, and he sent me a voice memo, and I like took his idea and essentially expanded it into this. That's in its infancy, because I do want to like open up the actual mix files for you guys, because I expanded the main theme quite a bit, and I'm sure you guys heard that. And then what's here? Oh, dude, that's two different cues playing on top of each other. They were written right here in this section.
Two different cues were written in the same spot?
Yeah, let me solo some stuff. What is this? Okay. That's the Stalker's theme.
Ooh, you're right.
See, like...
Oh, so you touched it up, but you changed it up a little bit, but the same progression is there.
Yeah.
That is so sick.
And then I heard something else, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think that's Emulate.
Oh, the Apple II. So this is the Apple II's theme.
Yeah, I wrote the Apple II and the Stalker at the same time, apparently.
Yo, D gave it all to us, bro. Look at that.
What is that?
Why not put that on the top?
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually really cool for me, too. I'm going back to my train of thought and I'm going, huh, I didn't realize I did that.
So that's how I did that, and when I did those things.
Yeah.
Interesting. So wait, I wanna ask. Let's start with just the main theme, honestly, because so we heard the main theme. Where did you get your inspiration from with the main theme? Was it just hearing Matt's original progression, and you're like, oh, I know exactly where to go with this, or were you inspired by another track?
Oh yeah, there's tons of inspiration to draw from. I didn't reinvent the wheel. The purpose of the first season's soundtrack was to literally put the music in the era of when Syntech was operating, which was in the 1980s and early 90s. So a lot of our inspiration came from synthwave composers that you could think of as like Vangelis, Kyle Dixon, and the other guy, I forgot his name. It's Michael something. Okay. Anyway, they did the Stranger Things soundtrack. Basically, the kind of music that uses what I've basically been building up for like the last 5 years. I got Moog synthesizers. I've got the Prophet Rev 2. These are literally analog synthesizers. The only thing digital inside of them is the chip that makes it communicate with the computer. But even then, it's like not carrying audio digitally at all. It's completely analog. The only thing digital is like the remote control from this to tell the synthesizer what to do. Otherwise, even the audio is being carried the traditional analog way to the computer, which causes a lot of issues. But we'll get to that.
But does that give it that more natural, like, 80s synth feel? Because
100%.
It's not super calculated. It has the ebb and flow that it should have, right?
Yeah, so what's funny is, I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before, like, in the studio tour or whatever, the older a synthesizer gets when it's analog, it actually does go out of tune, like a guitar. It starts to build its own character. So, literally, I bought that, I want to say, in 2016. If you bought 3 or 4 sub 37s from 2016 and it's now 2035 and you play all four, they're not going to sound exactly the same.
Interesting.
Even if you have the same presets on all four of them. It's like a guitar. You could have a Gibson that's like from the 1950s. Just because they were made in the 1950s, they've all had their own wear. The circuitry in there has been bending and expanding and all that over the years.
Physical.
Just from heat.
Yep. True.
So it sounds a little different. But that's what makes synth music so awesome, because it's electronic but it feels so human. So yeah, that's like the inspiration behind the entire soundtrack. But specifically, obviously the arpeggio is like inspired by the Stranger Things thing, but if anybody thinks we stole it, technically they stole it, because if you go on a Juno 106, it has something called a arpeggiator in it, and if you just hold those 5 notes down from Stranger Things, it will do the that's all they did.
Yeah.
They literally went, I mean, I played different notes.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing to note as well, is that Stranger Things is the most recent popular thing that's done that. But also, Stranger Things is doing the same thing that we're doing, and we're not copying Stranger Things and doing that, right? What Mike said was the reason for us, what inspired this music to go there was to put ourselves in that time period, and that's the exact same time period as Stranger Things. Like,
literally.
The 80s, you know?
Yeah.
The 80s, that same feel they're going for, that same mystery. It's a 80s mystery, which is what we're making, right?
Yeah.
So it's no shocker that it has the same feel. You can't put rock music over it. That wouldn't make sense.
I mean, you could
mystery.
do hair metal, but then it would have been like a bunch of AC/DC,
But then
like wailing guitars.
But how do you make mystery feel like that? You know, like how do you, like, mystery is like, it's not the thrill, you know, it's like, it's kind of like.
Bro, I actually had a cue. Do you guys want to hear a rejected cue?
Yeah, let's hear the cues that didn't make it too.
All right, just because we're jumping off on that point, there is it here? I don't think it's this. There it is.
Oh. It does have that more like, it kind of mixes them.
Yeah, but like, it had that like Van Halen guitar thing.
That epic.
Matt heard it and he was just like, no.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I see what you did here, but
I don't like it.
it's so crazy.
So that was a rejected cue.
To wrap this all up, let's look at like the Stalker theme, and then let's look at like how you subconsciously knew what to do with what to make it sound so compelling, honestly.
Sure.
Because I feel like that was, besides the main theme, naturally.
I was gonna say, I have the main theme up, actually.
We can look at the main theme too, yeah. How did you just know what to do with what? Like, how did you know what your gut was telling you? Your natural inspiration, you said, was like the Stranger Things style, right?
Yeah.
But how did you just like know, like, oh, these are the chords I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted to use for this. Like, this is what I want it to sound like.
So I'm gonna break the spell of me being a genius, but almost all of Hans Zimmer's music, I'm gonna break his spell too, is in D minor. All of it.
Really?
Like, literally almost all of it.
Why is that?
Because D minor is just an emotional
chord.
That is a D minor. It's just
That's very emotional, yeah.
That's a D minor. So he writes most of his music in that, and I was like, you know what? Let's write in that key too.
Yeah, if he's doing something right, obviously.
So just to run you guys through some of this stuff, because I'm not a gatekeeper. If there's any like budding musicians out there, I don't care if you guys see my secrets. So the actual arpeggio from Stranger Things was done on my buddy's synthesizer called Get Low, and the name of the patch is literally called Stranger.
No way. Is that before Stranger Things came out, or is that after?
Afterward.
Okay.
Yeah, he created this synth, and then he made a patch in it called Stranger.
Wow. Okay.
And as you can see, the arpeggiator literally goes.
Yeah, you're
See
right.
that?
That is the trace for it.
Yeah. So the actual melody came from something called Diva. This is a software emulation of that.
This top one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when everything was occupied, I was able to reach for this for a quicker sound selection. The cool thing is all of the drums were also made on diva. Like they're synthesized drums, literally.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to show the main theme was because of the B section. We literally add an orchestra, and the orchestra is literally Hans Zimmer strings.
Wow.
Yeah.
In a plugin.
They sampled 60 players to make this.
Wow.
I just want to show you guys real quick the string section alone.
It's just crazy how that hits exactly like Hans Zimmer.
What's crazy is it's this stuff right here. So this is mapped to these faders right here. You see this? Literally, I'm controlling the dynamics as I'm playing with this. So without these dynamics controls, all you have is something that sounds like a synthesizer, which used to happen in my old stuff. I didn't have this when I was making Seasons.
Yeah.
But you see that? Like, as the piece moves forward, I've automated dynamics. Just literally like from the person playing it soft till the end when they're like really ripping the bow, you know?
That's crazy.
Even like the big drums are also Hans. It's Hans Zimmer percussion professional. Hans Zimmer percussion professional.
Professional, okay.
So this thing, it's like all his drums.
Just the epic drums.
All that stuff. And this got that pulsation.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You can hear it for sure. It's chilling in the background.
So yeah.
That's crazy. It kind of gives that Dark Knight vibe, which I totally get because now it has all that Hans Zimmer like
Yeah.
epicness in the background.
Exactly. That's basically it. That's the main theme.
Remember to breathe. That's so sick. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Guys, we have an infinite amount of stuff we could show you. So if you want to see anything else from Mike in the music side, the audio side, please let us know in the comments down below.
And if you guys missed out on the season 1 vinyl, season 2 vinyl is coming.
Yes, and for if those who have the season 1 vinyl, do we have an update for them?
Yes, everybody keeps asking about it, but I have sent out emails, I have done Reddit posts, I have done Spellbound posts, I have commented back on the crates. I don't know what it is that some people aren't getting the information.
So we'll do it right here.
They are expected to ship on August 26th. We ran into obviously COVID-19 supply issues, and I guess that's gonna be for the foreseeable future. The market's not gonna bounce back for quite a while. And I also sent out a survey for you guys. 600 of you responded, and you guys said that you're okay with the wait. So the reason why it took so long as well is because I wanted these made.
Okay, what are these?
This is a test pressing of the vinyl. So the vinyl, like what you just heard, is on this, but I needed to listen to it fully, front to back, on all of these copies.
Okay.
To make sure that the quality of your vinyl is tip-top shape. What you're gonna get has been literally signed, sealed, and approved by me, but it added 3 to 4 weeks on your production. So I asked in the survey on the season 2 vinyl, do you guys want me to cut it down to an 8 to 10 week wait and not do this process? Literally 98.4% of you said, no, we don't want you to cut it out. We want the best product possible. So going forward, when the season 2 vinyl does go up for order, it's gonna be 12 to 15 weeks. I apologize that we overshot that turnaround time. That was reflective of pre-pandemic turnaround times. But it sounds like everybody in manufacturing is kind of like,
Going
they're not
through it.
doing well. Yeah, they're going through it. You're gonna get it. I promise you. It's coming soon.
Coming soon. Coming sooner is this next video you can check out right here. So go ahead and check out that one if you guys want to see it. That's one that YouTube recommends. And this one is the last one I did with Mike, where we went through the Wes and Deb conversation and showed the entire layout and everything with it. You guys really loved that video. And if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Behind 863, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.